today we're gonna try to do something different because the original plan was to work on this amazing feature that Lee was working on to add support to filter issues by the created date or the closed date from the search bar. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my GDK working due to some recent updates. And I am still on an older version of Xcode and macOS, so that's probably the issue. And I didn't have time to update. So we're gonna do something else today. So basically, this morning Nick had the idea of two ideas basically. One is to remove the draft status from an MR when a community member uses the GitLab bot ready command. And the other one is, and that's pretty easy to do. The other one is instead um, to leave a message to the community for MRs that don't have any assignee, because the contributor that started working on that changes simply doesn't have a time to bring it over the finish line. So it's basically open to anyone to pick it up, and we want to try and probably use the seeking community contributions label, and yeah, basically search for an MR that has no assignee. It's coming from the community, and probably has the workflow in that label, and add a message and the seeking community contributions label. So let's have a look at the first one. So let me share my screen. Okay, let's increase the size. Okay, so to try and add the remove the draft from the merge requests that are basically ready to get reviewed, we are going to work on the community processor for the request review. Basically, what this command does is applying some quick actions, and there's a quick action to also remove the draft status of an MR. Let's see. Actions. So we have draft that sets the MR as a draft, and we have its opposite, and we have the ready quick action. So basically we only have to add that quick action. So let's see, when this is getting processed, it's adding the label, and we just have to in here. Let's see what this is doing. Oh, okay. Because this is checking now that the MRs are basically async. If the changes are already have already been computed, we leave the MR the comment right away. Otherwise, we um, we schedule the message. So no changes message. Diff ready. Okay, now this is a little bit different. This is posting a different message. Basically, if the MR has no changes and you don't have any, and you use the ready command, it leaves a message to basically ask the contributor to to wait before assigning a reviewer. So we should be good to go with this, and let's update the specs. Um, spec. So this is checking. Let's run it before and see. I just updated the repo and didn't install the dependencies. Okay. This is expected because we have changed the message. So it should be somewhere in here. Yes. Comment. Oh. Label action. And label action is coming from here. So this is the label action, and we also have a new one, ready. So message should be like this. See. Two failures. with no reviewers given. Expect comment request. Is this? Oh, it's a helper. Okay. So basically, update this one. Add the automation suffix. Body. Okay. Label action. Okay. So I think we have to change this one. Okay, and this in here. And here as well. Yes. Just to make sure. Okay. So this one is done. Let's just check. Enter. Yeah. It's not aligned. Okay. Perfect. Let's try all the specs to make sure nothing broke. Perfect. So this part is done. What I'm thinking is, how do we want to handle the handoff of an MR? Should we introduce a new command to do that? That's probably a good idea. But we would be missing, let's see how many merge requests there are. Let's try on GitLab. Coming from the community. Community contribution, and the assignee is none. Only 4. Yeah, I think that introducing a new command is better, so we avoid false positives. Yeah, let's do that. So first, let's push these changes up. Uh, 3A jobs now have change log. No. This is up. Let's create the MR right away. This goes in, let's see. Okay. Okay, this is already good to go. So let's okay. Perfect. This was easy enough. Now let's try to work on the other one. So we want to create a new reactive command. I think handoff would be an appropriate name. And this is easy. Easier. So command mimar handoff. Let's see. Handoff. Just a note. Did I? Easier to start from this one because it's more similar. This done as well. Yes. Become yes. Added common is defined in the base class, so the community processor by resource author or assignee. Okay, so we are good because I would like this comment not to be able to be issued by someone else that's not working on the MR itself. So want to leave a comment in here. Oh, someone's joining. Oh, hi, James.
Hey, mate. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, but not for my GDK. Yeah, I actually had to switch to work on something else because I couldn't get my GDK to work.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff for the 3A jobs. The um, basically two things that I discussed this morning with Nick about the GitLab bot ready command that the community can use
Mm-hmm.
to request a review. Basically, uh, change that command to also remove the draft status from an MR, because
Mm.
if you
Yep.
if you're just keep asking for a review, you're basically ready, so it's not
Yep.
in draft anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And also another thing that we thought about is basically, now that we have the community forks and it's easier for the community to pick up MRs that can no longer be worked on from community members.
What do you mean? What is that?
Uh,
Sorry.
if someone starts working on an MR and they don't have any time to work on that anymore,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
basically introduce a new command, I guess, to hand it off. Basically, remove the assignee and set a label so that if someone is looking for MRs to pick up, they can easily find them.
Mm-hmm.
And my assumption is that we are going to use a new command for something like GitLab bot handoff or something like that,
Mm.
because if we have two ways of doing this. Basically, one is using a triage policy running every hour, every day, I don't know, to basically scan the currently open MR that don't have an assignee and have the community contribution label. But I'm afraid of false positives.
Yep.
So instead, to be honest, I did have a quick look, and there are only 4 MRs that are like that right now. So that shouldn't be an issue. But anyway, I think using a command is more um, is it's safer, because if
Mm-hmm.
someone can't work on that anymore, it simply use that command, tell the rest of the community that you can't run,
Mm.
can work on that, and basically go from there.
Yep.
So I
I guess
already
we could also, sorry,
yeah,
on the triage, I guess we could also, you know, how we have like that triage report where the
yes,
MR coaches go in. Maybe we can make a report for like stale MRs where we can comment on it and say, hey, you're still working on this? If you're not, you know, we can. Oh, I guess they can also be automated, right? Like the
yeah,
bot
but
can also be like, hey, if you want to hand this over, do GitLab bot handover.
yeah, I think that that message is already left on a idle MR or stale MR. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
we just have to tweak the message to tell them that they can use the new command if we are going to go with the command to hand the MR off.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let's see if uh, is it under policies, community. Yes and no. Well, we have this one that it checks for an MR that didn't have any interaction for the last 14 days, and it's in workflow in dev, and it's leaving a
Mm-hmm.
message, and do you still have the capacity to work on this? If not, blah blah blah. So I think this is one of the cases that we would cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, I already fixed. It's not a fix. Added the draft removal from to the GitLab already command, so that's done. I was working on the new command right now, and if you want, we can have a look together.
Yeah. Sounds good. So you're making a new command
Yes.
that people can tag. So GitLab bot handoff.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Great. And then it'll add. So what will it do? It'll unassign them. Anything else?
Yeah, I was. We were thinking about leaving a message for the rest of the community that the original assignee or author can no longer work on the MR, so it's free to be picked up. And yeah, adding a seeking community contribution label. We were thinking about that label. And yeah, remove the assignee and probably also make sure that the workflow label is set to in dev.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I was just going to write the message.
Mhm.
So what would we say?
Oh, that's clever. So the bot, when it sees this, it'll write a comment, and in
Yeah.
that comment, it'll add a label.
Yeah, because the bot is using quick actions to set labels, assignees, reviewers, and all that stuff.
Cool.
Uh, this. So it's free to be by anyone interested in it. Oh, but now that I think about that, we will also need a command to assign DMR to someone new.
What do you mean?
Because if I'm the assignee and I hand DMR off,
Yeah.
I don't have the power to change the assignee. And if I'm another member of the community, I can't assign DMR to myself. But I guess the easy way forward is just to tell to anyone that wants to pick that MR up to ping the contributor success team to ask them to assign them to the MR.
Yeah. Does the bot have the authority? Can we ask, like, if you want to pick something up, can you tag the
Uh,
bot and say, "Can you assign me
we
to
could,
this?"
yes, we could tell the introduce a new command to have the bot change the assignee. That wouldn't be an issue, but I think we'll have to iterate on this because it depends on how we want to handle that. Because if we give power to anyone to change the assignee to an MR, it I know we always have to assume positive intent, but we never know. I guess it will be fine, but let's make our lives easier for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
uh, remember the handle. Contributors. GitLab team handle. This one. Too long. And we want to add the labels workflow.
Could we maybe it'd be better, easier to tag? Oh no, that's fine.
What were you thinking about?
I like the MR coaches, but it's just going to be a lot of noise.
How would you tag DMR coaches? Is there
I
a
assumed
group?
there was group. I assumed
Oh,
there was, but maybe there's not.
to be honest, I don't know.
But yeah, like it's tagging a bunch of people. It's probably not needed.
Yeah, probably. So we are going to set the workflow label. And do we have the seeking community contributions? We don't. Nope.
Maybe while we're offering it to people, we should also say like, make sure that you rebase on master, because if it's 2 weeks old, then there are probably going to be some problems.
Yes. So how could we say that if no, when you pick this MR up, consider rebasing
Is it
master.
technically rebasing on master?
Probably, I don't know. Rebasing
I'm
on
not sure.
master to make sure that branch is up to date. To do that, okay, git rebase.
Sorry, it should be origin/master, I think, because then it doesn't matter if they're fetched. Right?
I'm not sure because I always use git rebase master, but I do have master locally, so you might be right. Let's see.
Because I thought it was like, if you say origin master, then it will fetch the master and then use that. I'm not entirely sure.
Me
I always
neither.
do that.
Me neither, to be honest. But if that's working, then that's a valid command. So I'm okay with that.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, and I also think it's worth adding the seeking community contribution label in here. Seeking contributions. See community contributions. See this one as well. And what's the quick action to remove the assignee? I don't remember.
Is it? It always autofills.
I think it's
Unassign.
unassign. Do we have to specify who?
Yeah. That's definitely the case for reviewers. Unassigned reviewer name.
Yeah, I don't know if there's. Does it work if I do unassign / me? I can try
Oh yeah.
because that would be easier.
Yeah.
Unassign me. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, I'm going to use that. Unassign me. Okay, so now we add the comment. We don't need this. All of these. We probably don't need this one. Okay, now I have to write the specs. Let's see if I can do it in under 10 minutes. Community. Hand off. Off. Group member. Okay. Don't need to fetch changes. Should be good to common processor. Yes. This. This. This is will be the same. Oh, I need the documentation and I removed that. Okay. this. We don't need this. Cache key. That. Oh, I'm changing the wrong file. So it's little action. Let's see. Okay, and let's fit this in here. Don't have this. This. It should be very simple process. Add automation suffix. We should be actually good to go. So, 6 failures. Yay!
It's not so bad.
It's kind of bad, yeah. But oh, maybe I know what the main problem is. So this add automation suffix, the help. Oh, I think it's this one. And source link. And source link. Come on.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to see. Append source link. Oh, it's used everywhere. Let's try. See if the error count goes down. Well, it actually did.
And source link?
Oh, event is not applicable. Okay, this is different. This is not working in here. Rate limited. Uh, it's like this is not being rate limited. Rate limit. Maybe I need the cache key. Yay! I removed too many.
Well done.
Okay, so this is working. Well, awesome. Let's also, since it already happened to me and that I added a new command, but I didn't actually make it available. But yes, yes. T and off. Okay. For good measure, bundle, exec, spec. Let's run them all. And we already have an issue. And it's less constant. Oh, okay. Community MR. Oh, why? Oh, command and buff.
Is that running, like, what is that doing bundle exec spec?
It's running all the spec files inside this repository.
Everything.
Yeah, and in triage ops we can actually do that because it doesn't take light years to complete.
Oh, this is not GitLab. This is triage ops.
Yeah, I would never run that on GitLab.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Same goes for Rubocop. And I actually don't want to do that even in here because there are some failures. So I'm just going to check this one, and it's good. And this one, which is not good. Ooh. Is it okay to do this? Yeah. Let's make sure that it works. It does, so we are golden. Check out. Yay. 2 MRs in an hour. This is a new
Amazing. Well done.
Yeah, this is a new record for me.
So now, after 2 weeks, the person will get the message to say, "Hey, you should run the handoff." Command.
Yeah. When this MR, if this MR gets merged, we can tweak the message to let
Mhm.
the community contributors know that they can use the command to hand the MR off.
Great.
Done.
Cool.
Awesome.
That was interesting.
Yes. I was hoping to work on something else, but better than nothing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes, I'm pretty happy to have been able to work on this, to be honest. Awesome. And uh, if we did it on purpose, we always run this session in exactly 1 hour. That's amazing.
Perfect.
Well, thanks for joining.
Yeah, it was interesting. Thanks a lot.
Oh, no worries. And I think now I'm going to have a quick lunch because I'm starving.
Sweet. All right. Catch you later.
Yeah. Bye, James. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.